everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a mushroom house tutorial. Yes, we are. It is fairly simple, but there aren't exact dimensions. It's an organic build. So we start with a small little structure and then you add and remove blocks to that to give it some shape. So I hope you can follow along today. I hope it makes sense. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let's get started. Here are the main blocks that we're going to need for the build. Bone blocks, mushroom blocks, brown mushroom blocks, oak trapdoors, various dark oak pieces. So we've got the fences, slabs, stairs, trapdoors, some spruce trapdoors. We're going to need ladders to get up and down. We're going to need some white stained glass, red carpet, some quartz stairs and smooth quartz. We're going to need different lighting, sea lanterns, regular lanterns, and then various decoration blocks. So we've got jungle leaves, vines, some podzol, bookshelves, barrels, item frames, paintings, flower pots, all of the flowers. There are a few things that I didn't mention just because they're major decoration blocks, like cauldrons and other working station tables. Those are for decoration, so I didn't really mention those because you can decorate however you like. Let's get started on the tutorial. All right, the first thing that we want to do is get our base down. So here you can see I've got, basically the base is a 7x7 circle. There's an opening here for where the door is going to come in. And as you can see, I've got 3 bone blocks as a pillar. It's directly offset from the center. Right here is the center of the circle. That is where your ladder is going to go. That needs to be the center of the top of the mushroom. The height is usually about the same or a little bit more than what my diameter of the mushroom on the top is going to be. "17 blocks tall." So from the ground here, my first bone block all the way to the top bone block, that is 17 blocks tall. We're going to go ahead and add in our ladders because this just reminds us that we can't put anything right here on these blocks. All right, so we want to go ahead and fill this in all the way up. So what you want to do is you're going to cover where you're going to go up your ladder here, and we're going to go all the way up, but we're going to remove these blocks down here because this is where you're going to walk in and you're going to want more space. So we're going to go up 4 blocks all the way around this ladder. I know this isn't accessible. We're going to remove some of these later, but we need this structure base to go all the way to the top, and that helps us with the rest of our stem. So go ahead and fill it all the way up to the top. All right, there we go. So the top of the mushroom stem, this is going to, it's basically going to revolve around these 4 blocks. You can go ahead and remove the first 4 down here. All right, so this is your starting stem. Everything is going to be built around this because we want to give the mushroom stem shape. We don't want it just to go straight up and even just tapering straight up. We want this to kind of curve out of the ground like it's growing. All right, so the next thing you want to do is add 1 more layer around these base bone blocks with the bone blocks. The next thing is make sure that you've got some temporary blocks handy. I like to use grass or dirt. Now, as you can see, we've got this 7 block wide circle. We're basically going to make a 7 block wide circle, the same shape as this, but we're going to shift it over 1 block. I'm going to put my temporary block there and there and there. We're going to put 3 bone blocks there. We're going to get rid of these temporaries. All right, so when we shift that entire circle over, that's going to make the mushroom look like it's kind of growing a little bit outward. All right, so I'm going to do that really quick and we're going to come back. All right, so here you can see that we have shifted this exact same circle pattern over 1 block on the 3rd block up. This is going to help give us our shape. We're going to make this circle. We're going to go up 2 more blocks all the way around this circle pattern. So let's do that. All right, so since this part of the mushroom is going to be the thickest part, and we're going to kind of go up, we're going to curve a little, and then we're going to go back towards the center. I think we're going to add 1 more layer right here. We're going to texture this later. All right, now we're going to bring the circle. We're going to shift it back over to even with the original circle down here. However, on this side, I think we're going to go straight up on this side. So this next layer is basically going to be kind of a squished circle. So 1 block over from this left side, you're going to add 3 bone blocks. We're going to go ahead and add in the corner here as if we are shifting the circle over. But then on this side, we're going to go ahead and keep this same pattern. There we go. So now you can kind of see, all right, we're getting some shape. On this new circle pattern here, we're going to add 4 more blocks onto the top of this circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way around. Don't worry that that area down there looks a little odd. We are going to fix this up later. We just need to get our main shell. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to shift this side out. Here we go. So on the right side there, right side of the door, we're going out 1. But now we're going to start to make the main mushroom stem. We're going to have to start getting, making it a little bit skinnier. So on this corner here, we're going to add a bone block, but then we're going to go straight across. So add in your dirt blocks. And then right here on this corner, we're going to go in 1. All right, so as you can see, the stem is getting a little bit skinnier, and now we're going to go up right here inside this corner. As well as this corner. So you're basically going to hug around your ladder section of the stem. It's still looking a little too straight, but we're going to texture this later with some random placing of blocks. Let's go ahead and fill this up. 3 blocks. 3 blocks on that corner. 3 blocks on this corner. And then on this one right here, we're going to go up 1, 2, 3 blocks. On the back. 3 blocks. 3 blocks. And this one, 3 blocks. So there we can already see a little bit of curvature. So now we want to do some random placing on the different sections below and above and underneath. And this will give your mushroom stem the natural curve look. So this is where you've got to just fill in different places, step back and take a look and make sure that it looks the way that you want. But at least you've got the base. So we're going to take a step back on this replay mod, and you can just watch and see how I fill in randomly around here, piece by piece. It has a lot more depth and shape now. It actually looks like a very organic mushroom stem growing out of the ground. Now that we've added in some thickness, we can actually remove some blocks on the inside, make it a little bit more roomy. So let's go to the inside really quick, and I'm going to show you how you can do this. Basically, you go in here and you start removing, and if there's not a block open to the outside, then you know that you can remove that and it'll be okay. So we go up 1 more, and so we can keep those. Now that opened up, so I'm going to go ahead and put that block back. That one you can keep. And we're going to put that one back. So you can open this up as much as you want. See there, we've got a little more space here. All right, so we even have some space now behind these stairs. You can come back here and maybe put some hidden chests or something. But now you can remove the main part of these around the ladder that we had put in. Now it feels like you've got a little more room. So there we go. We've got a lot of room going up. You can place maybe some lanterns, maybe some shelves. You can decorate in here however you like. So what you want to do is make your initial bottom of the mushroom circle first with maybe like dirt or grass, just something disposable. What I have done is this is a 17 block diameter circle. You can go to any circle finder website and find out how to make your own. But what I've done is I started at the center and I went 8 blocks out in each direction from the center. And on the 8th block out, I went 3 blocks from the center block on that direction, 3 on that one direction. So the side of the circle is a 7 block flat area, and that's on each of the corners. And then I filled in each of the corners with 2 blocks inward from that one, 2 blocks inward from that flat section, and then that leaves 1 block in the center. So as I step back here, I think that this is a pretty good size circle for how high the mushroom is. So let's go ahead and replace the circle, the outer circle here, with mushroom blocks all the way around. All right, so here's a little top view screenshots of the circle so that you can see that pattern. It's directly centered over the center of the mushroom where your ladder comes out. Again, it is a 17 diameter block circle. What we're going to do next is we're going to fill in the underside of the mushroom. This is the part that we're going to put a floor above so that we have a wood floor on the inside, but from below we just see mushroom blocks. You're going to use the brown mushroom blocks, and we want to fill this in. All right, so that's filled in. This is the part that in survival, this will be a little more difficult because when you come down below the mushroom, that looks completely flat. And so we want to give it a little shape. So what we need to do is on the underside here, we actually need to add a layer of mushroom blocks all around the circle here. There we go. This gives us just a little bit of dimension underneath there so that it doesn't look completely flat. We're going to add some other texturing under here later. All right, so now what you're going to need is you got to make a roof for the mushroom, and you want to make sure it has a nice round mushroom shape all the way around it. You're going to have to make a dome, and there are several sites out there in order for you to design your own dome. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. You could start off using the same pattern that you've used for this circle that's flat, except you're going to start and you're going to make that half circle basically go all the way around. And then we're going to check the shape of that. We're going to step back and we're going to see if we like the shape. What I'm doing is I'm starting on this block. This is the center block on the edge of the circle. And I'm going to count. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 blocks here. I'm envisioning basically from way over there, that block, and all of this basically being brought straight up, and it's going to be over my head. So that's what you have to do for each quadrant of the mushroom. So I'm counting 3 blocks going upward is what I'm going to do right here. Then I'm going to move in 1 and go 2. Then I'm going to move in 1, place 1. Then I'm going to go up 1 and place 2 sideways. And then I'm going to go over 7 blocks. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, in 1, go up 1. Go up 1 and over another 1. And then here is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what we're going to do is go to this side, do the same thing, and we should meet up with that one. Here we go. It works perfect. All right. So when we step back, you can kind of see, do I like the shape of that mushroom? I think it might work. I think what I'm going to do is now we're going to do the crosshair. We're going to do it on this side, going across this way. So we're going to have 4 crosshairs here. And then we're going to take a step back. All right, so now you can begin to see the shape that that mushroom will take. I think I like it. All right, so now how you fill in between each of these crosshairs, well, it really is up to you. But generally, what you do is you follow the design from these sections of circles. And now what you might have to do is you may have to take away or add blocks just to make it look, make it flow a little bit better. I'm going to go up 2 blocks. So what I'm going to do is fill in 1/4 section here. I'm going to do 1/4 section and show you how we fill this in. And then we'll fast forward because all these other quadrants are going to be exactly the same as this one. So watch this replay and see how I'm filling in the mushroom from both sides of this quadrant. So this is what we've started with, and as you saw in the replay, I filled it all in. The way that this looks right now, I do like the shape, but it may change once we get all 4 quadrants in and we take a step back. I may want to update the definition of these corners. Like this one, I may take away this block, and then it makes it flow a little bit nicer. I may add one right here. We really need to get all 4 quadrants in order to finish this. So I'm just going to take a moment and pause right here so that you can see the quadrant of this and see how it was filled in. If you need to pause the video to maybe follow this same pattern, go ahead and do that now. I'm going to finish the other 3 quadrants so that we can have a full top of a mushroom. All right, so as you can see, now that with all 4 quadrants done, when we take a step back, it looks a bit too squarish right in here. So this is where we need to come in and we need to shape it up just a little bit. So we're going to take away this block, but because it exposes the white of the mushroom, which I don't know why it does that, we basically have to replace each block where there's white exposed, and then it will do that. And so I'm thinking that corner, and then also this corner we're going to take away. So we got to replace these. I think that looks a bit better. And then on this main section, so we're going to do this for each side of the mushroom. I want to take away this one. We're going to have to do this on these corners as well. So we need to replace these 2 blocks. Let's take away this corner. And add in on the inside there. And add on the inside there. I think that looks a whole lot better. So now we're going to do that on all 4 sides. Plus, we need to shape in the corners as well. So I'm thinking we're just going to take these 3 out. And then we're going to fill those 2 in right there. Of course, now with the white exposed, we're going to have to do this. You might want to... Hopefully you watched the whole video through before you started building, and then you can implement these changes in while you're building. But a lot of times, especially with organic builds, this is just how it is. You place blocks and then you have to step back and take a look. And then you change them up to how you like them. And I think that looks a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and make these little changes on this corner, and then these changes over here all the way around the mushroom, and then we'll be back. All right, that looks so much better. I like those transitions a lot better there. All right, so now what we're going to do is if you're in survival, you're gonna need your scaffolding here because you need to scaffold up underneath this mushroom. And then you need some oak trap doors. You're gonna create some of the vines, the little veins underneath the mushrooms here. So starting right here in the center, you can play around with some different trap doors to see what color you like the best. I think oak works pretty well because of the lattice, and it kind of just gives that feel of that natural lattice shape in a mushroom, in the vine of the mushroom. But maybe you can try spruce or maybe acacia. It depends on what colors you like. Go ahead and finish this up. We've got right this corner and this corner. So when you're down on the ground and you look up, it kind of looks like the veins of a mushroom, the sections of a mushroom underneath the main growth. All right, so remember, we still have to add in our floor, which we're going to have to add in one more ladder right here. I like to use slabs for my floors just because it makes my planks go a little bit further, because 3 planks will make 6 slabs, and so I can cover 6 blocks of area with a floor rather than just 3. However, when we're coming up right here through the opening, we're going to need to use stairs. We're going to need to use upside down stairs. So I'm going to go ahead and place a temporary block there so that I can get my stair going in like that. We're going to build this completely around, completely around the ladder. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of the floor with my slabs. Now remember, in the Java edition, you cannot put lighting under slabs and it really show through. So you'll have to use your F3 and make sure that you've got enough light on the floor here, which we will add in later. Let's fill this in. But as far as lighting, you know what we could do? We could actually put in some lighting right here, and we can add red carpet later. So we can add a row of lights. There we go. And once we have decorations in here, maybe that cute little carpet will look really nice. Maybe even fill it all the way into around where the ladder is. All right, so let's go ahead and add in some windows. All right, so now we have a little window. You can add in, just for the sake of, you could use white stained glass, would look pretty good. I'm going to use white stained glass because I think that looks adorable. So you want to go on the outside and add a little window awning, and that gives it a little bit of character. And you can add these windows on all 4 sides or maybe just 1 or 2. Let's go to the outside and fix up that window. Just like this. That's like a little window awning that it's holding it up, and I think it looks really adorable. You can use the similar pattern that you did to the window with a stair in the center, a slab on either side, and I like to use a fence post. So in this case, we're going to take away that block. That way we can put in a little fence post. So now we've got a little awning around our door. So let's decorate the inside, and I'll show you that. So there is the inside. As you can see, it is cute, it is cozy. You still have plenty of room to put all of your things. Oh, did you see? Did you notice? I made a tiny little window above the kitchen because I thought every kitchen needs a window. So we made just a little 2-block window there. All right, let's take a look at the outside, and here we are. I added some really cute little draped down lights from the underside of the mushroom. I thought that added a cute little touch. Also added in a little bit of lighting up here. Added in some jungle leaves, kind of making it look like maybe there's some old vines or moss growing around the mushroom stem. I was able to hide a lighting underneath. And so by the front door here, as you can see, we've got this little awning around here. We've got a couple of flower pots and a little planter here and a little lantern. So you've got a really adorable, very organic feeling mushroom house, and you can live inside of it. And I hope this tutorial was enough to get you inspired and for you to get creating your own organic builds. If you like, please don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps me out. If you want to see more tutorials like this, which I will be doing in the future, don't forget to hit the sub button and make sure you click your notifications all so that you don't miss them. Once again, thank you to all my patrons. Thank you to everybody who visits the channel. I really appreciate you so very much. You make my day. I'll see you again on another day on my channel. Bye.